I have to ask you on behalf of everybody. Um, did you just say that Eden was a mountain? Why? Can you explain why you believe that Eden is a mountain?
Yes. Well, it's in scripture. I think it's Ezekiel, maybe Ezekiel 34. I don't remember the exact passage. I really need to memorize it when I have these conversations
Is this a
because it gets asked a lot.
common
Um,
question?
so it'll say in there, Eden is the mountain of the Lord. So you have it right there in scripture, but then look at the description. Water flowing down from the river of
Mm.
life. You've got these four rivers at the bottom. You're giving the topography of a mountain. And that was something that would was just an assumption for a lot of early Christian writers, and also for a lot of Christians. There are towns in America named Mount Eden. So it's something that was, I think, somewhat common knowledge there. Um, but that's really essential because, of course, at the end of Scripture, where Zion in Revelation is akin to a return to Eden, and Zion is a mountain. And so understanding that topography of the higher up the mountain, the closer intimacy one has with God, since mountains are the places where we encounter God. And so higher up, the closer you are. So the top of the mountain, the tree of life, symbolizing sort of full intimacy with God, or fuller intimacy with God. And so, of course, at the end of Scripture at Mount Zion, we see the tree of life, and there's Jesus next to the tree. So that full intimacy comes when we see Jesus face to face. So it's actually really, really important to see Eden as a mountain in order to get a in order to sort of connect it to Zion. So when we read those passages in Eden, we are actually getting a glimpse of our final home when we do read it that way.
Okay, yeah. I saw this, yeah. I mean, maybe a bit embarrassed to say this, but like a couple years ago, I was watching a Bible Project video and they just mentioned in passing Eden was a mountain. And I was like, "What?" And then yeah, looked it up and yeah, saw the rivers and then that cross reference and then yes, I suppose that's what the Bible teaches. It's just not how I ever pictured it, you know? So I have
Yeah.
all these flannel graphs or whatever in my head. That's just, it's not a mountain, but it's certainly the text says it. And then also it fits in with this giant pattern that you certainly are highlighting in your book.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, I was the same way. So I didn't know this until from the Syrian Hymns on Paradise. It's this great book where, um, it's all about how our life in paradise is a return to Eden, and it's just there everywhere. And that was the first time it sort of opened up my eyes to it.